Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, this is Rhonny. I know you all have been waiting patiently for me to get a video together, so just a little bit about myself. I am a mom of two, started rhinestoning when they were in elementary school. Now they're 20 and 23. One is a semi-pro dancer and just got her degree, and she's going to be teaching school, and the other is in college. He's an athlete and plays lacrosse, and he's going to school at Texas Tech University. So we're here in North Texas, been here all my life, and have fell in love with rhinestoning and creating, and just happened to put the word out to someone in one of our local schools that I would give anything to decorate a cap. The principal decided that he was going to allow the kids to decorate their caps, and one young lady took me up on the offer. She snapped a pic, put it on her Snapchat, blew up, insane. Just could not keep up the first year, and then gradually learned more and have started pre-selling my caps in the fall so that they have reserved a spot for the spring. Because the hardest part is getting that blank cap in hand, because they typically don't get them until March. So what I decided was I needed to find a way to produce these grad caps sooner without having a cap in hand. And that's where the thought of the topper came. And then I thought, well, how am I going to put my background glitter on it? Because the glitter makes them, the design clear, and it also makes a perfect template to lay stones on. So with all that, I've come up with this material. It's a thin plastic. It's double-sided. It's got a glossy side and a matte side. So either side it can work, it doesn't matter. In fact, I put glitter on both sides. And then it comes with a small little button cover made from the same material. And so you're going to use this as well as part of the template design. And then the Velcro dots come with it to attach it to your actual cap. So you do not need a cap. You do not need to sell a cap. You can make your clients responsible for obtaining their own. The size is 9 by 9 inches. That is the average size of the major manufacturers of graduation caps: Jostens, Balfour, and Herff Jones. I've used all four and created designs directly on the caps, and all of them, this topper fits all three brands with just a tiny little, maybe quarter-inch gap from the edge. You'll never have one. Balfour's the smallest, then Jostens, then Herff Jones. So this fits all three major brands. So with that, with your order, you would have gotten an email with a template file, and I only sent out the glitter files, or the vinyl files. You can use this vinyl file for both glitter heat transfer vinyl, or you can use it for adhesive vinyl. It will work for either. I don't do a lot of adhesive vinyl, but I have other customers that have done that on their caps, like for the boys if they didn't want it blingy. So you can see my screen. I'm going to do this in the Silhouette software. My cutter is a Silhouette Cameo. And it looks like most everyone requested the SVG files, which can be imported into this software very easily, and we will go from there. So when you import the template, the topper template, it's got 3 layers of background material and it's got a center dot, and then it's got a separate little center ring. See this? That is key in getting the section for the button cut out. I added 2 layers into it because sometimes it's preference. You can have 2 layers of glitter, or you can just have one and delete that second row of color, and then you just have one border. I always recommend using a border, even if it's the same exact color as your glitter, because this template is cut where the largest portion of the background is exactly the same size as the topper, and it may be just a smidge smaller, because inevitably when you lay it down and you press it and you heat it, number 1, it's going to shrink, and number 2, you might get it off center. So this border color helps you fix that, because if you're off center just a smidge, it doesn't matter. You can lay this one down and it will help you clear up your borders, and then no one will know that you are off center. In fact, this is just a tiny little bit, fraction of an inch larger than the length and width of the topper, so that it will hang over just a smidge, just tiny bit. So with that, I decided we are going to create this little "My mom is ugly crying right now" quote on top of this grad cap. So as I pulled, this one's very simple. It can be pulled apart, the colors can change, be creative, whatever. But this is a super simple design. I'm gonna center it. Okay, number 1, we have to get that button cut out. So I'm going to click on this little gray circle, and I'm going to pull it to the front, so it is on top of this major part of the design. If you've got multi-layers in your design, same thing, leave it all in one space, and what we're going to do is subtract that ring out of the design, so that ring section is cut. There's going to be a gap. So I'm going to select all and then subtract, and then when I delete that little ring, you'll see that there is a gap. When you cut, this is all going to cut out, and then you're going to save that entire circle. So you can cut it out. With this one, the white piece, you can cut it. I'm sorry, yeah, you're going to cut around the white, or you with the background, you can just peel it off if you want. So I'm going to change this background to pink, and then I'm going to do the outline in white. So that is all there is to laying out your design on your topper. It's super simple. Of course, you could have more intricate designs if you're using a university logo. Those sometimes are more detailed. You can add your own text. Anything that you do, if you're making, same thing is just like you do when you're making a t-shirt. If you're used to using glitter vinyl or things like that. So now in order to cut, I'm going to rotate it and flip it, and it is ready to go. That is it. Oh, one other thing I didn't do. I didn't change that to pink. There. So with that, okay, so you have gotten your template ready to go. You have it ready to cut, and now you're going to cut your materials. When you're finished, after they're cut and weeded, they're going to look something like this. I've got 3 layers. I've got the top layer, which is for OU, I've got the middle layer with the outline, and then I've got the background white. See my center dot? So for this, all I'm going to do is peel that off, and I'm going to hang on to it. Don't lose it. For this one, I'm going to use a little sharp scissor, and I'm going to cut all the way around that little center dot so that it can be put onto the center. And then same thing for this little piece of black right here on this guy. When you're finished, it will look something like this. So it's attached in all four corners with the little Velcro dots. Velcro dot here and Velcro dots on the back. I don't know if you can see those. And then it adheres to the cap very simply. And see, there's not a lot of gap around it. See. So, and then if you, but you're not going to have this cap part. This is just showing you how to do it. All you have to do is have your topper and your button, and you're ready to bling. So that's all you have to do. And then you hand your people their little Velcro, and that's it. So that was a very quick little tutorial. I know I haven't done, I'm going to assemble some more during this week, probably over the weekend. I work full time during the week. And so most of my activity and working is with assembly is on the weekends, and then I like to sit and watch TV and rhinestone. So that's what I usually do. But I wanted to get something out to you so that you knew that it was a go and that it's really simple. And if you have any questions, if you purchased, you will have gotten an email from me, and I have my cell phone number there. I don't mind text messages during the day. I do work, but I'm at home. So if you want to shoot me a text, I'm happy to answer. It's usually easier than getting me by email because I don't check my emails during the day. I think that is all for now. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see what you all can come up with, because I am not the most creative designer on the planet. In fact, this one, the Ugly Crying, I purchased it on Etsy, and I often purchase files on Etsy to use, and sometimes I manipulate them and turn them into what I really want them to be, and sometimes I use them flat, just like they are. So there are sources for things like that as well. So with all of that, I'm going to let you go. I hope you have fun and have an awesome night. Thanks a bunch, y'all.